Welcome back, guys, in my next video for predictions of 2020 World Cup in Qatar. So like I said in my last video, when I tried to predict it World Cup group stage, I said that I might get at least half of this wrong, and I was correct about it. I only managed to predict 8 out of 16 teams that qualify for the round of 16. I didn't manage to predict correctly even a single group in order. On the top of that, none of my dark horses for the tournament actually qualified to the round of 16. All of them were knocked out in the group stage. But to be fair, I don't really feel bad about my predictions, as this World Cup is just crazy. I already said it before, but just to put in the context, how crazy is it? If you put £100 bet on each of the game, just putting your money on underdogs, the teams with bigger odds, you'd be already £3,500 up. Yes, £3,500 up. You'd multiply this £100 35 times. But let's not talk about how this World Cup been met so far. Let's jump to the round of 16, because I believe there is some more surprises coming in. So let's first see what games are ahead of us. First, on Saturday, 3 p.m. UK time, Netherlands play USA. Next on 9 p.m. we've got Argentina playing versus Australia. On Sunday, 3 o'clock, Poland versus France. Then 9 p.m. England versus Senegal. On Monday, 3 p.m. Japan versus Croatia. And evening game, Brazil, South Korea. And last games of round of 16s are played on Tuesday. This is Spain against Morocco and Portugal versus Switzerland. So let's jump to the first games played on Saturday. First, Netherlands versus USA. Netherlands so far beat Senegal 2-0, draw with Ecuador 1-1, and beat as well 2-0 Qatar, host of the tournament. But in a game against Ecuador, we could see some things not working out for them. Ecuador has 16 shots against 4 of Netherlands, and they could easily won this game. They've been a bit unlucky post VAR. I feel sorry for Ecuador fans, because they were on the verge of qualifying to the next round. But this is the beauty of football. One team wins, one team loses. I see Netherlands struggling against USA. I see this game as very, very tight. To be fair, I don't see a lot of goals in this game. To look at it from USA perspective, USA so far scored just 2 goals and conceded just 1. They didn't lose a game in this World Cup yet. USA for me are looking better as a team. Netherlands from the other side have better individual qualities in the team. In this particular game, I think these individual qualities will take over on the overall team display of USA. And like I said, USA just scored 2 goals and conceded just 1. I think this is the team with the lowest amount of goal in whole World Cup that we've seen. 3 goals for 3 games, which gives average 1 per game. Their defense look very, very good. They have some qualities up front. They still missing some striker, but Timothy Weah is delivering so far. And from the other side, we've got this young, amazing talent, Cody Gakpo, who's already putting good numbers this season in Dutch League. He already scored in every single game that Netherlands play at this World Cup. So 3 games, 3 goals. It will be interesting to see him against United States with this tight defense. I believe this game will end up 1, maybe 2-0 for Netherlands, and they will qualify to the quarterfinals. This is my first team to go through. Next Saturday game is Argentina versus Australia. As we all know, Argentina start this tournament in the worst possible way, ending the 36 consecutive games streak against Saudi Arabia, losing this game 2-1, but they did manage to come back against Mexico. They totally annihilated Poland, not even letting them make any dangerous attack. Any Martinez literally had nothing to do this game. He can watch other than players passing the ball around. Poland couldn't even keep the ball for 30 seconds to 1 minute. They, like I said, totally annihilated them. I see them getting stronger and stronger each game. I think Australia is actually a good draw for them. It qualified just once to the round of 16. Round of 16 is already a big achievement for them. They obviously beat Denmark and Tunisia in the group stage, but I don't see them standing any chance against Argentina. But I do see them playing open football. I think experience will take over, and Argentina have a lot of experience playing big games on the big tournaments, and I think this game will end up 3, maybe 4-1. Maybe Australia even managed to score 2, but like I said, Argentina will go through. So on to the Sunday games. First game, France versus Poland. France, obviously everyone was talking about the depth of the squad, and we could actually see in game against Tunisia that when you take out most of the stars from the squad, they didn't play that well. Obviously, most of the players that played the first 2 games will come back to the game against Poland. Kylian Mbappe has been amazing so far. Basically, France looking very, very good. And from the other side, we've got Poland. This is our first knockout stage in 36 years. Yeah, almost 40 years waiting for the knockout stage in the World Cup. There was a lot of pressure on Polish players, because if you have a player like Lewandowski and you can't go through to the knockout stages of the World Cup, something is wrong. But like I said, this is our first knockout stage in 36 years. So this is already a big achievement. I think right now players won't play with any pressure on them. I hope that we'll not play the same game as against Argentina, as they literally destroyed us. It was sad to watch. I think this time coach will prepare team a bit different. I see more open game. I see Poland scoring a goal, but France will go through. There's just experience, much better quality in the squad, and they pretty much looking better as a team. Our goalkeeper Wojciech Szczęsny already done some miracles. He saved 2 penalties against Saudi Arabia and against Leo Messi in game against Argentina. I hope he will keep his disposition and he can manage to keep saving penalties. But sadly for me, I believe France will go through to the next round. Next Sunday game, England versus Senegal. This is one of the games that I'm most hype about. Senegal is looking pretty good. Obviously, Sadio Mane is not playing. His absence is a big miss for them. They put a good display against Ecuador, winning the last game and qualifying to the round of 16. They can be scary from a set pieces, as they already scored 3 out of 5 goals from set pieces, 2 from corners, 1 penalty. And from the other side, England, very good start against Iran, 6-2. This game was amazing for England. Subs as well were scoring. Marcus Rashford scored in just 3 touches from the moment that he was subbed on. And then they had this game against USA, ending 0-0 draw. USA was looking better than England in this game, but then they get on the right track, winning 3-0 to Wales. I think England will go through with this one, but I see this as a tight game. I believe it might end up in extra time, maybe 1-1, maybe 2-1 for England, maybe even penalties. But my prediction is that England will go through to the next round and then play France. Next on, we've got Monday games. First, Japan versus Croatia. I think this is the most unpredictable one. If someone told me that Japan is going to win against Spain and Germany but lose against Costa Rica, I would just laugh at them, literally laugh at them. The conclusion that you can make from these games, Japan prefer to play as underdogs when the opposite team have most of the possession. And I see game against Croatia going this way. So Croatia will keep the ball, will keep pressuring, and Japan will play counter-attack. So I think this is a good thing for Japan because they will play the type of the football they want to play, and this so far worked for them in this tournament. From the other side, we've got Croatia. Like I said in my previous video, they have an older squad. This is not the same Croatia as 4 years ago. They actually drew 0-0 against Morocco and same against Belgium. When they actually could lose both of this game, they won 4-1 against Canada. But Canada is playing entirely different type of football. They play open football. We could see this against Belgium, against Morocco, and against Croatia. Of course, in that game, Croatia managed to convert their chances. That's why they won, and they managed to qualify to the round of 16. My prediction for this game is Japan to go through. As I said, Croatia squad is a bit old, and Japan favorite style is playing from counter-attack, letting opposition keep the ball, and I think this game will go exactly this way. Croatia will keep the ball, Japan will counter-attack. Next game, Brazil versus South Korea. Brazil obviously won 2-0 with Serbia, 1-0 with Switzerland, and they lost last game against Cameroon 1-0, but coach changed entire squad, entire 11 was changed. None of the players that were started in the first game was included in the squad. And from the injury update that we received already, Neymar is likely to be in the squad against South Korea, so I think Brazil will come in the strongest possible squad. From the other side, we've got Korean players. They played opening game against Uruguay. They drew 0-0. It was a good score for them. This game was a bit boring, but finally they end up with the score that they wanted or they needed. Then it was this amazing game against Ghana when they lost 3-2. They put up a good fight. This game could end up in the both ways, but they lose this game. And in the final game, when they needed, they won with Portugal 2-1. But the same like France and Brazil, Portugal put in the game mostly second squad. My prediction for this game, Brazil will knock out South Korea. They got too much experience, too much quality in the squad. I don't see them losing this game. My prediction, Brazil will go through. And on to the next last day of round of 16, Tuesday. First at 3 o'clock, we've got Spain against Morocco. So Morocco qualified first time a round of 16 for 36 years, same as Poland. They topped the group ahead of Croatia, Belgium and Canada. I think this is one of the biggest surprise so far on this tournament. They beat Belgium and they beat Canada, drawing with Croatia. They didn't lose any games so far. They're looking very, very good. Spain from the other side started with a big bang. They demolished Costa Rica 7-0. Then there was very intense game against Germany, ending 1-1. Both of the goals were scored by subs player. On the Spain side, it was Alvaro Morata, who, as well as Cody Gakpo, scored in every single game played by Spain so far. So we've got two players with goal in each game so far, Cody Gakpo and Alvaro Morata. I think the Spain type of a football with possession, a lot of possession, keeping the ball and pressure will help them to make through this. I think at this moment you can't compare Belgium or Croatia to a team like Spain. I think at this point this is entirely different league and Spain will go through, but I still believe Morocco will put up a good fight, and I think this is the game that I'm most excited about from all of the games in the round of 16, because to be fair, I can't predict, I can't even see how this game might go. And the last game, Portugal versus Switzerland. Portugal look very, very good right now. Bruno Fernandes in form, Ronaldo is scoring, team looks good. Of course, they lost today, last game against South Korea, but like I said before, half of the squad was subbed on. Some of the players were rested before the round of 16. And from the other side, we've got Switzerland. They won opening game against Cameroon 1-0. Then they lost 1-0 against Brazil. And in their last game, crazy thriller, they won 3-2 against Serbia. And this is the second World Cup in a row when they are knocking out Serbia in the last game, qualifying to the round of 16. To be fair, I think this one is hardest to predict because I believe both of the teams are playing the same level. They meet in a Nations League this year twice. Switzerland won one of this game. I think this might go to extra time or penalties as well. Portugal have more qualities, but I won't be surprised if Switzerland go through, as they already proved that they can play against big teams. There's not much individual qualities, but they really good team as a whole. Like I said, they already proved they can play against big teams. They won in Nation League with Portugal and Spain. Last year they actually knocked out France and they were knocked out by Spain in quarterfinals, but it has to be in the penalties because Spain couldn't beat them in a regular time or extra time. So like I said, I believe they will put up a good fight, but Portugal will go through. So this is my final prediction for the round of 16. There will be another video with prediction for the rest of the tournament. I didn't want to make this as a one video because I think teams will play different in the knockout stages. When you have just one game, it's all out and you have to win it or you're not going through. If you made it through so far to the end of the video, I wish you good luck. I wish your teams a good luck and see you soon.